If you thought 2025 was going to be a year of calm in the celebrity universe, you were very wrong. Just when fans were still replaying Taylor Swift's latest cryptic lyrics, debating which Kardashian would break the internet next, and arguing whether Hollywood's obsession with AI-generated music is genius or terrifying, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber decided to shake the internet in the most unexpected way. And no, it wasn't a secret reunion or a leaked duet, it was a single comment. One sentence, delivered with Selena's signature poise, that left fans spinning into a frenzy of theories, memes, and think pieces. Justin Bieber had just revealed his brand new look, bold, edgy, and immediately controversial, and Selena Gomez, the woman whose name will forever be tied to his in the history of pop culture, had something to say about it. Her words? Sometimes, you just have to let people go through their experimental phase. We've all been there. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. Now, depending on your mood when you read that, it either sounds like the most supportive, big sister energy ever, or the kind of shade you throw when you're trying really hard to sound polite, but actually can't resist roasting just a little bit. And because it's Selena and Justin, two names that will forever light up the gossip universe, this one tiny comment has set the internet on fire. The only question is, was she defending him, or was she throwing shade? To understand why this seemingly innocent statement blew up the way it did, we need to rewind to Justin's big reveal. Picture this: Justin Bieber walking into the spotlight with a fresh new look that nobody saw coming. Depending on who you ask, it was daring, fashion-forward, and experimental, or it was questionable, meme-worthy, and maybe even a cry for help from his hairstylist. Social media went wild. Fans flooded X, formerly Twitter, with side-by-side comparisons. TikTok creators stitched videos of their first reactions, and Instagram was filled with edits that ranged from supportive to downright savage. Then Selena Gomez entered the chat. The singer, actress, businesswoman, and one of the most influential celebrities of her generation casually dropped her comment during an interview clip. And the second those words hit the internet, it was like pouring gasoline on an already blazing fire. Suddenly, what could have been a fleeting fashion debate became an all-out cultural moment. Here's the thing, if anyone else, say, Ariana Grande, Shawn Mendes, or even Hailey Bieber had made the same remark, it would have been discussed for a day, maybe two, and then quietly forgotten. But when it comes from Selena, it's different. That's because Selena and Justin's story is not just a celebrity romance, it's a saga. Their relationship, famously nicknamed Yelena, was the blueprint for a generation of fans who grew up watching their love unfold in real time. It was passionate, messy, dramatic, and unforgettable. Songs were written, tears were shed, and every public sighting became a trending topic. Even after their official split, the fascination never went away. Selena and Justin may have moved on with their lives, but fans never really stopped being invested in the possibility of a comment, a glance, or even a song lyric that might reveal lingering feelings. That's why Selena's words matter. They're not just about a haircut, they're about history. Every time she speaks Justin's name, whether directly or indirectly, it sends fans into a spiral of curiosity. Does she still care? Is there hidden bitterness? Is there lingering affection? Or is it simply a case of two people with shared history who can now joke about each other like normal human beings? That's the mystery, and it's why her comment has become such a massive cultural moment. And admit it, haven't you had that moment where your ex posts something new on social media, and even though you're over them, you can't resist showing it to your best friend with a side comment like, well, that's a choice? Selena just happened to do it in front of the entire world. As soon as the clip surfaced, the internet divided into two passionate camps. On one side, there are fans who are convinced Selena was being supportive. They argue that her comment was empathetic, understanding, and exactly the kind of mature response you'd expect from someone who has been very open about growth, healing, and moving on. To them, her words were less about Justin specifically and more about the universal truth that everyone experiments with style. We've all had bad haircuts, regrettable outfits, or phases we'd rather forget. Selena was simply normalizing that and saying, "It's okay, it's part of life." And explode it did. Within hours, hashtags like #SelenaShade, #SelenaDefends, and #BieberNewLook were trending worldwide. TikTok creators were filming dramatic reenactments of the comment. Twitter threads were dissecting her tone word by word. Instagram meme pages churned out content faster than fans could double tap. The truth is, Selena and Justin's story isn't just theirs anymore. It belongs to the fans, the media, and the cultural landscape of the last 15 years. Their relationship became a touchstone for an entire generation of pop culture lovers. People projected their own heartbreaks, their own first loves, their own messy relationships onto Selena and Justin. Watching them was like watching a modern-day soap opera, except the characters were real people with real emotions. That's why even now, years after their breakup, every interaction between them feels significant. Selena's comment about Justin's look taps into something universal. Who hasn't looked at an ex and thought, "Wow, that's new"? Who hasn't felt the urge to comment, whether out of nostalgia, amusement, or disbelief? It's a deeply human experience, made larger than life because the people involved are Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. But was Selena's comment really shade, or are we just addicted to the drama? The alternative view is that Selena was being exactly what she's been working so hard to become: supportive, understanding, and unbothered. Over the past few years, Selena has built her brand on positivity. Through her rare beauty line, her mental health advocacy, and her candid interviews, she's positioned herself as someone who doesn't engage in unnecessary negativity. So why would she start now? To these fans, her comment wasn't a dig, it was a nod. A way of saying, been there, done that, and it's all part of life. In fact, some argue that she was actually defending Justin from the harsh criticism online by reminding people that experimenting with looks is normal and shouldn't be ridiculed. Seen in that light, her comment was less about Justin specifically and more about protecting him from the internet's cruelty. The truth is, it might not matter. Because at the end of the day, the real story isn't just what Selena said, it's how we, the audience, react to it. Social media thrives on ambiguity. The less clear a statement is, the more we argue about it. And the more we argue, the more engagement it generates. This is how the cycle works. Selena makes a comment, fans debate it, memes are created, reaction videos are posted, and suddenly one sentence becomes a week-long conversation. The ambiguity keeps it alive. If Selena came out tomorrow and said, "I was being supportive, not shady," the debate would die instantly. But the internet doesn't want closure, it wants content. And this story is content gold. Whether they like it or not, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber will always be linked in the public eye. Their story is too iconic, too deeply ingrained in pop culture to ever fully disappear. That doesn't mean they can't move on, both of them clearly have, but it does mean that whenever one of them mentions the other, the world will stop and listen. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe it's less about rehashing old drama and more about acknowledging the impact they had. They were the soundtrack to millions of people's lives. They shaped an era. And now, even their smallest interactions become nostalgic callbacks to a time when we were all a little younger, a little more obsessed with Tumblr edits, and a little too invested in the love lives of two pop stars. At the end of the day, Selena Gomez's comment about Justin Bieber's new look is like a Rorschach test. What you see in it probably says more about you than about her. If you believe she was being supportive, you might be someone who looks for the good in people. If you believe she was throwing shade, maybe you know a thing or two about subtle digs. Either way, one thing is clear. Selena and Justin still have the power to stop us in our tracks, to make us care, and to remind us that celebrity culture is, at its core, a mirror of our own lives. So now it's your turn. Do you think Selena was defending Justin or throwing shade? Was her comment a compassionate nod or a cleverly disguised roast? The internet may never agree, but your opinion is what keeps this conversation alive. Backhand index pointing right, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Was Selena Gomez being sweet, savage, or somewhere in between? Hit that subscribe button for more trending celebrity news, viral updates, and behind-the-scenes insights into the stories that keep Hollywood buzzing.